when it comes to wokeism, is that I had a daydream about one political party, basically, one that is going down to the extreme direction, or was going down the extreme direction of one side of politics. And I had a daydream where I convinced like the leader of this party to basically go good faith. And I basically start talking to him about wokeism or like anti-woke and stuff like that. And what I was basically telling them is that instead of just concentrating on demonizing these people, instead people should be concentrating on what are the solutions. Now, what are the example? What in this particular instance? What would I consider as like what if there's any truth to that type of extremist propaganda? Um, what is the truth? So, what would woke actually mean? What is it that they're actually pinpointing? Well, what I think it is they're pinpointing psychological behavior and people with either mental health issues or people with singular negative behavioral traits. So what I think it is like people that are like hypersensitive, that are that find it hard to take criticism. Now, like I was thinking, instead of just demonizing people, we should be trying to think about what are the solutions? Like, if this is actually a genuine problem in society of people being oversensitive, not being able to take criticism, being too quick to judgment and to like, disciplining people for discriminatory speech. Um, Instead of demonizing them, we should be trying to figure out, and this is where the conversation should go in the direction of, instead of just demonizing these people, laughing them and mocking at them, instead, we should be thinking about how do we solve this as a genuine problem. So we need to focus on to make people have the ability to conversate more, to have better social skills. We need to be improving people's psychology and people's mental health. So we need to stop things like bullying in schools and and also elitism and intellectual snobbiness and combating things like looking down on people that aren't as popular, that aren't as attractive, that aren't as sociable. Um, because you want children to grow up with as much confidence as possible, and you don't want to enable bullying in school because of it's going to damage a person's confidence, and then they're going to be more likely to develop negative behavioral traits or even mental health issues like, for instance, OCPD. And within OCPD, an element of it is being highly opinionated. The way it's put online when you read about it goes like this: putting things into right or wrong with little or no margin between the two. But what that's basically saying is just like you're either correct or you're wrong. You either follow my exact way of thinking, or these it's going to cause people to get frustrated, and it's going to cause people to get really, really opinionated. So in order to prevent people's psychology and mental health degrading, we need to make sure that we protect children's psychology by combating bullying, bigotry, elitism, snobbiness. Um, so yeah, if we want to have people to have better social skills, better communication skills, we need to be improving people's mental health by things like teaching and improving things like mental control and emotional control, and also like resiliency training. So we need to find a way. We need to find a way of improving that for children in school, and also find a way of improving that at home. And when it comes to how does the government or the county, how do they get into people's homes without actually going into people's homes? And the idea that I've got is parent academic packs, where you enroll your kid into school, and then when you talk to the principal, and you're enrolling your children, they give you the option to take these home parent academic packs. And in these home academic packs, it teaches things like, extra, like how to help your child with extra support in maths, English and science, geography and history. And then also as well, you can have like home like ethics pack, home like psychology pack. Um, like in the psychology pack, you could teach like techniques to parents to teach their children, how to be more resiliency, how to have better emotional control and mental control and things like that.